Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to the Dice Tower Werewolf games. All right, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I played a werewolf game last week, or I moderated one, and we've been posting these on the channel. If you'd like to get involved in these or other social deduction games, you can join the Dice Tower Werewolf Facebook group, and there's lots of games going on there. Now, in case you don't catch it in this video, and you will, we played this game on Super Bowl Sunday night. I didn't even think about that when I scheduled it. I'm not a fan. I guess I'm not a huge fan of American football, so I didn't even think about the Super Bowl. I just scheduled it. People showed up regardless. But the Super Bowl is still going to be talked about, at least for the beginning of the game, so get that in mind. I don't want it to be. Anyhow, in this game, I felt a little bit chaotic, and I put in the game, and here we go. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Werewolf. It's been a bit since I've done this, and I'm in the mood for a bit of chaos. And I'm also in the mood to see some people who die first, not necessarily die first, and I'll explain that why in a second. So we're going to start with here's who's playing tonight. We're going to have an indeterminate number of werewolves, and there is a possibility that these werewolves have special roles, or role, or something. There's also a dream wolf. The dream wolf will become a werewolf when the first werewolf dies. Until that point, they think they're a villager. We're also playing with the old woman. Each night, the old woman can pick one person to send out of the village. That person cannot be killed the next day, but they also can't vote. They'll just turn off their screen. They can watch, but they can't be involved during the day period. We're going to play with the seer. The seer can ask me if someone is a werewolf or not. That's the only question I answer. Yes, they're a werewolf, or no, they're not a werewolf. We're playing with the bodyguard, who each night can pick someone to protect. That person cannot be killed by the werewolves. We're playing with the hunter. The hunter, when they are killed, they pick somebody else and immediately take that person out with them. And we're not playing with the Frankenstein, so just keep that in mind. There is no Frankenstein tonight, so each roll, when it's dead, is dead. We are playing with the Sasquatch, because that's my trademark at this point. The Sasquatch, if you all vote to not kill someone during the day, there is a 50% chance the Sasquatch will become a werewolf. But it might not happen. Sasquatch, keep an eye, I'll tell you. If the werewolves kill the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf. So we have two teams there. We have everyone I just listed was either a villager or a werewolf. But we have a third team. This team is made up of two people. One of them is the Agent of Chaos, and the other is the Mad Scientist. So the Mad Scientist and the Agent of Chaos work together, but they will only see each other on the first night. And that's just so the Agent of Chaos can give the Mad Scientist one piece of information, and then after that, the Agent of Chaos will never wake up at night again. The Agent of Chaos is going to pick 4 people who you need those people to die by turn 6. We do count the turns here. If those 4 people die by turn 6, is 6 right? Hang on. Yep, 6 is right. If they die by turn 6, whether they're killed by werewolves or villagers, then the Agent of Chaos and the Mad Scientist win, and they're the only people to win. So if I may give everyone else some metagaming, they will likely pick people who they think you're going to kill. So keep that in mind. Secondly, the Mad Scientist is a reworking of an old role I used to do called the bus driver, but now it's the Mad Scientist. So the Mad Scientist, the first night, the Agent of Chaos will just, as soon as I tell you you're the Agent of Chaos, start thinking of the 4 names you want. Put those on a piece of paper. You're going to show those the first night to the Mad Scientist. That's the only time you all can communicate, unless you can somehow secretly communicate during the day without people figuring it out. That's fine. At that point, the Mad Scientist, each night, they're going to be the first person to wake up. They will pick 2 people. Anything that happens to those people at night is switched. And so it is the Mad Scientist's job to do their best to get these 4 people killed through that. And also the Mad Scientist and Agent of Chaos will be working towards that end during the day too. So if after 7 turns goes by, the Mad Scientist and Agent of Chaos can no longer win once we get to night 7. And at that point, you've lost, but I'm not kicking you out of the game, so do what you will if you're still around. All right. Any questions on any of that?
So is it possible if retroactively somehow the Agent of Chaos and the Mad Scientist can both die but still win if the 6
No,
people
okay, thank you.
die?
They have to both stay alive also. Or at least one of them has to be alive by that point.
I didn't math out if that was possible with the number of deaths, but I don't know. Might happen.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
When you mentioned...
Yeah, I just didn't math out if that could actually happen.
Well, with 6 days, there could be 12 kills.
I guess, yeah.
So it's very, very possible.
Okay. If the seer checks the dream wolf before they turn, do they get villager or werewolf?
They get villager.
Okay.
With when you said that the mad scientist checks 2 people and they switch, what happens to them? What does that mean? So if the werewolf kills them, they stay alive.
Means if the bodyguard protects one, they're protecting the other. That means if the old woman sends one out of the village, the other one gets sent out of the village. If the seer checks one, they're actually checking the other. If the werewolves kill one, they kill the other.
And can a werewolf be killed by a swap if, like, a werewolf is swapped with the victim?
They definitely can.
Okay.
You said old woman. Is that the same as old hag?
They changed it to old woman in the set, so I figured I would just change along with it. In the Ultimate Werewolf set, it's now called old woman.
Wow, I can't wait to get old, and then I can just apparently send people out of town whenever I want.
Sure. So you're saying this is a worse name? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
I hope I can remember everything.
So can the Agent of Chaos be so chaotic that they pick themselves?
No, and you can't pick the mad scientist either.
Okay.
I mean, I think
they both have to be.
I think
alive,
it might be legitimate because you might, by picking yourself, you're taking down the chance of you winning. But let's not do that tonight, so that there's. I don't know how far off the deep end I want to
go. One more question.
Will the game end at day 6 if they actually succeed?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Will the game end at day 6 if they succeed?
Yes, if they succeed, boom, game over, they win.
Also, the mad scientist doesn't know the list of the 4 people, right?
No, they will know that list. That's what happens the first night. They're told the list. So they're working towards that end. Otherwise, they're just guessing. Also, when the mad scientist and Agent of Chaos die, I'm going to tell you they're villagers. All right, I'm going to start texting each of you to tell you what your roles are. So if you're new, this is a good time to tell people you're new and then explain why they shouldn't kill you because of that.
Don't kill me.
I'm new. Don't kill me.
No, you're not.
We should say.
Edgar, don't call me out like that.
Please let me leave at least 2 days. That would be nice for a change.
If you're new, you should explain to Josh why they shouldn't nominate you in 4 seconds.
Maybe 3 days would be awesome.
That's awesome. I'm not going to do that today, Jugan. Don't worry.
Based on you saying that, Gil, and the comment that was made about Joseph earlier, even though I haven't played in a few months, you're saying that you guys still get killed all the time as werewolves?
I have not survived more than 3 days for quite a long time. And you know, the worst part is the last game we played, I was the invisible man, which the ability was I had to survive to the end.
You survived in Daly's game pretty long.
Yeah, but because I came out as good, like I had to give my, like I was a seer, and I was seer. No, I was a.
Yeah, you weren't a seer.
You pretended to
be a seer. Yeah, and that's the only reason people didn't kill me. Yeah,
you know, Gil, you're giving the Agent of Chaos ideas.
I know.
Yeah.
It was funny. Well, the problem is I knew who the seer was. And then when they start nominating her, I had to come out as the seer and say that she was good because we were brother Grimm's together. And then the Frankenstein became seer, so I knew who the seer was.
I just posted that game too.
What happened to your fireplace, Chris?
It burnt out.
Did you escape from hell?
I didn't put any more logs on the fire.
Not even the fire can keep Wisconsin warm. It's way too cold there.
Well,
I think we almost hit 0 today.
It's I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit. I don't think
we made it to 5.
Ooh.
It's we do degrees
few
here.
miles south of you.
It was -5 degrees here, and it started snowing yesterday. And it was about 30 centimeters of snow at some places.
Snowing right now here.
-20 wind chill today.
It's 32 degrees Celsius here. So that's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. So
17 and a half, I think.
Can we switch? Can we switch, Gertrude? We have -15 here.
As long as there's a ski field near you, I'll happily switch.
I love how JMac green screen in a normal back turn behind him.
When I hear Fahrenheit, I go like, "Oh my god, that's Chinese." I have to calculate.
Well, here is not as cold, but the snow went sideways. We had this big storm went sideways, got into our vent, and then all our plumbing system just
away.
Oh, it was a fun Sunday.
Don't you have like a thing to protect your vents?
That's yeah. The wind was so it just kept heating and something got in there. We don't know, and just clogged the vent.
Maybe build like a little rooftop.
It does have. Yeah.
Oh wow, even that.
But you need to have enough space for the air to come out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wow, where do you live that you got so much snow and wind?
It wasn't a lot of snow. It was only about 3 feet, I think. I live in Pennsylvania, Lancaster.
3 feet?
Yeah, it was
Only
2 feet. It was 2 feet. It was 2 feet in the big snow, and then it did snow a little bit again today.
We measure snow in inches here.
It just kept snowing nonstop. Yeah.
How much snow have you had in California, Julia?
Yeah, it's been 70 degrees and sunny.
I hate you.
Oh.
Joseph's like, let me ask you about your snow I know doesn't exist.
When I went to the United States, I went to California, I went to LA. Was actually San Francisco. San Francisco was the only place where I got cold at night. I had to buy a sweater.
I'm just someone saying 3 feet of snow is a small snowfall. Like in Australia, our entire snow season is maybe at best 5 to 6 feet for 4 months, and we have like 12 ski fields that run with that amount of snow because that's enough.
We've been spoiled here though. It hasn't been snowing. It's just it hasn't been bad in the last 5-6 years. This was not that much for what used to be in the past. It doesn't snow as much anymore around here for some reason.
The same thing here. This is weird weather for how the world is now. I'm in the Netherlands for people that are wondering.
All right. I'll give just a few more moments so that the Agent of Chaos can write their names down. But everyone should have got it by now. My chat system's a little slow tonight. I'm not sure what the deal is. But everyone should have it by now. Did anyone not get their roll? All righty. Any last questions before we get started?
I had a question about Sasquatch. I know in the past we played where the Sasquatch is talking about wolves and becomes a werewolf.
Yes, and that's also still correct.
Okay.
All righty. Well, let's begin. All right, everybody, close your eyes. It's time for night one. Make sure you mute yourselves. Actually, I'll just mute you all so that won't cause a problem. All right, good evening and welcome to this village. This village was founded on the old castle of Dr. Frankenstein many years ago and his son, but it's actually owned now by his third cousin once removed. We found this out by using 23 and Werewolf. So we're going to get started tonight, and we're going to be... The first thing we're going to do is the Agent of Chaos and the Mad Scientist are going to meet one another so that the Mad Scientist can see the 4 names and also so that I can see the 4 names. All right. Thank you very much. The first night, the mad scientists will not be switching anybody. All righty. Now it's time for another get together. It's a party night, Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl werewolf party. So they're all going to watch the Super Bowl together and get to know each other. So if you're a werewolf, if you would look and say hi to the other werewolves. All right, thank you. And Seer, who would you like to know about on night 1? All right, good morning. It's a wonderful, beautiful day. The Super Bowl ended, and someone won, and most people didn't care, and now you're all busy YouTubing the 10 best commercials so that you don't have to watch the rest. Meanwhile, I've been killed by werewolves, and barely anyone notices. However, after a while, you're like, fine, we got to get back to life. It's February, nothing else to look forward to. Let's just kill someone, and you decide to punish someone for my death, even though most of you secretly think it was justified. All right, the floor is yours. I'll start the timer.
It's a rather morbid introduction.
Actually, the Super Bowl's still going on, and it's 31-9 right now, and Tampa's winning.
If you say that again, Jason, about the Super Bowl score, I feel like I may kill you, just straight out right. Because we're recording this and people afterwards do not care, and I actually negatively care.
But you can't kill me because
I literally can do what I want, and
I guarantee they pick me as one of the 4 because they know I get killed early. You know that. Guaranteed, I was picked as one of the 4.
Which means we have to keep either Jason or Daniel alive. I'm leaning towards Daniel.
Oh wow!
It's actually 3:20 a.m. here, so
it's fine.
Whatever happens, and I don't care about the Super Bowl as well. So.
Well, if you kill me, I can watch the Super Bowl and come back at the end of the game, so I'm okay.
Also, Jason might have been the one picking 4 people, so.
Yes, and if you're new to the game and haven't played with me before, all the roles are completely randomly picked. I don't try to be sneaky and give someone a role because I think it would be good for them. It sometimes does happen, as we saw in a game with the Sasquatch many months ago, but it doesn't always work out.
So basically, if people say they don't care about the Super Bowl, they live longer.
No.
Didn't work in my case.
Okay, here's my question. Do you know who Tom Brady is, Edgar?
I've heard about the name, but I'm in Europe, so I think maybe that's the only person that I know about. Because
he's the Sasquatch. He will turn into a werewolf after the first night.
Which is why he's about to win his 7th Super Bowl, and he is the greatest of all time.
Can we talk about the werewolf game, please?
Talk about
Yes.
Brady is trash. Anyway, let's continue.
Lynn is here. Oh, I didn't even know.
Please don't thumb down the video, folks watching, over the nonsense comments made about. I don't care about.
I think Lynn is a werewolf because she was talking trash about a team. So
I'm actually not a werewolf. But go ahead.
Clears that up. That's good.
Can't we just kill everyone who thinks football is played using your hands?
Yes.
Wow. So you're a soccer fan, huh?
Yeah, it's called football here.
That's enough reason to kill you, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna nominate the first person who talk about sports again.
Yeah, I think Tom is taking off his hat, so it's got to be serious now.
So Jugan, are you the Sasquatch since you asked about it? No, I'm not.
I don't think the roles were out yet when he asked.
No, it was exactly before we went to sleep, so he had his role.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the Sasquatch this time.
So nobody's saying anything?
I believe you.
I'm Villager.
I'm guessing the Sasquatch is Julia.
I'm Villager.
Usually Julia.
So let's keep this ball rolling.
There's a 50-50 chance that it's Julia.
So there's only 4 roles among the villagers, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, technically, Sasquatch also counts as villager.
Yeah.
Well, only if they come out and die now. Are they going to?
I just wanted to ask Graham, since he's mentioned mine and Jason's name, are you mad?
I'm not.
Are you a scientist?
I would be a mad scientist if I were.
I do agree.
Are you
That's right, guys. That's right.
Are you an agent of chaos, perchance?
No, if I were, I would have picked Daniel, Connor, Jason, and someone else.
I agree with him. I would be surprised if at least one of those names weren't on the list.
I don't think Connor likes that.
What's good for you, because I don't think I want to kill it, because I'm pretty sure your name's on that list, and mine maybe too.
I think the only agent of chaos is Tom, because he said he wanted to do some chaos, but he's not playing.
All right, I need the first nomination, please.
I have no idea.
I'll nominate Jason since he was the first one to bring up sports.
There's 2 Jasons.
Oh,
Mr. Levine.
Sucker.
Is there a second for Jason Levine? This is vote 1.
I'll second.
All right, Jason, what's your defense?
No, I'm just rooting for Tom Brady to be the first quarterback to win Super Bowls in both conferences, because it'll be pretty cool. And then
I was voting up for you too this moment.
He was the greatest. And they'll say Bill Belichick was
Jason, you won't get that, will you?
And also guaranteed that this mad scientist, whatever person picked me, guaranteed. So you're just hurting yourself by killing me, I guess, is the other thing, which is a real thing in the game. And I guarantee I was picked because everyone always kills me early.
All right. This is vote 1. It's for Jason. Thumbs like this. When I say 3, you'll say you want him to live or you want him to die. All right. Ready? Thumbs ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 6 down and 18 up.
I wanted to vote for you to keep you, Jason, but I hate Tom Brady, and you have to keep bringing him up.
Exactly.
I'm not a Tom Brady
I don't want to hear
fan
about
either.
Tom Brady for the next 2 hours.
I'm not a Tom Brady fan. It's like the Wayne Gretzky of football. It really is. For those who live in Canada. Did that make you happy, Lynn?
I bet maybe I wish you had come down right now.
I didn't know Lynn was
He's also the Michael Jordan of football, if that makes people from Chicago happy who are on this. And he's also, just for you Europeans, he's the
Stop! While you're behind.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Can I change my vote?
I want to nominate Jason again.
I want to hear Jason's. Jason, I want to hear your Australian sporting equivalent to Tom Brady.
Oh, he's that rugby superstar that I don't know the name of equivalent.
Okay, now you got.
I have a question.
Yes, Paul.
If Jason survives today, can the old woman send him out tomorrow, please?
Wasn't we supposed to kill Jason instead of sending him away?
If he happens,
that's a good question. What's the old woman supposed to say?
By complimenting sports stars in every country, including that Asian rugby player who's the best in the world.
Jason A. Who do you think are the 4 people that the Agent of Chaos picked to try to get us back on track about the game?
I currently am not thinking about that. I'm trying to see where everybody stands and how comfortable people are in the game.
I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. I don't think we should kill tonight. I think the more we kill during the day and the more the werewolves kill, there's 12 deaths that could happen in those 6 days, which means there's more of a chance that the mad scientist and the Agent of Chaos get their kills. I think I'd rather the Sasquatch just turn right now. We get more valid information from the seer. This seems like the perfect day to not do the kill, and it's 1 less kill we have to worry about. So I don't care who's going to get nominated unless we have anyone that says I'm a werewolf, I'm voting up.
I second that idea.
I like it.
Is that a nomination, Connor, to kill nobody?
I agree.
No, I want nominations to hear defenses, but I'm going to vote out.
I'm always for not killing without information, which is a problem most of the times in day 1. Also, there's a problem in this game with the mad scientists and everything that's happening there, and the list of 4 people. But still, there is a Sasquatch, and plus there is a Dream Wolf. So we should be careful what we choose here.
The Dream Wolf doesn't affect that, right?
All right, well, folks, I need a nomination.
it's going to be turning people with wolves and
yeah, but I understand.
We're adding to
what
the
Connor,
number of wolves.
I understand what Connor is saying.
I'm gonna
right now, we have plenty of people to lose.
I'm gonna
if we
nominate
start making
Connor.
decisions like that,
I'm going to nominate Connor.
So I can't talk. Okay.
Yeah, you can't talk actually, Gil, because I asked for nomination.
I nominate Connor.
Is there a second for that nomination?
No. I want to say that I agree with him, so that was why I wanted to nominate him, so I could then say I agree with him.
That you're wasting that nomination then.
But we're
Can
not
I have
wasting
another?
one
Okay,
because-
if no one seconds that, I need another nomination, please.
I'll nominate Chris, the werewolf killer.
All right. Is there a second for that?
Sure, I'll second.
All right, Chris, the werewolf killer. What's your defense?
I'm a villager. Don't kill me. It's the second nomination. That's all I got.
All right.
Nothing exciting going on.
All right, this is vote 2 for Chris on day 1. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, just one thumb down. Let's continue.
I see that, Gil. I see that.
Seems that's the only power I have.
That hurts.
Gil is thinking, at least I don't want to die in the first 3 days. That's his only mission, I think.
Partially,
which is why Connor makes sense. What Connor said makes sense. I would have said it, but everyone would have yelled at me, so I'm glad that Connor said it first.
I like the idea too.
Just going to ride into the night.
Yes,
I like the idea as well. Because my list would have been Daniel, Connor, Jugan, Jason / Gil was my list of 4. Because I got one ready just in case.
Okay, can I just see a show of hands who would have put Jason on it? Because that's the third person who said they would have put me on it.
I wouldn't have just because it was an expectation that it would have been on there.
Actually, I would put my own name if I was the mad scientist and take a chance that the other
I think Tom said they can't.
The agents of chaos
Tom
can't
said
be
no
that.
on that.
Oh, I said no. Yeah.
I'm going to nominate Grow.
Is there a second for Grow?
I'll second it.
All right, Grow. What's your
Our
defense?
role is priceless.
I'm a villager. Please don't kill me. I don't really have a lot to say. I agree with Connor. We shouldn't kill right now.
All right, this is the third and final vote of day 1. If no one gets killed here, there is a only 50% chance that the Sasquatch will become a werewolf. All right.
What are we waiting for?
We're voting for Grow here.
Okay.
Is the chance every night or is it just happens once? Every time we don't kill?
Every time you don't kill, there's a 50% chance. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. Three votes down. All right. No one has died. I will tell the Sasquatch if they are a werewolf. So give me 1 second to do that because I've not been keeping track here. All right, everyone check your messages and then go to sleep. All righty. Well, that's a fairly congenial democratic village, but things are about to change. So we're going to start with the mad scientist. Who would you like to switch? You're going to give me 2 names, and those names, everything that happens to one will happen to the other. Thank you. All right, old woman. Who would you like to kick out of the village? The old woman cannot kick the same person out on consecutive nights. Thank you. All right, bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Okay, thank you. And seer. Who would you like to know about? All right, good morning. Well, apparently, some days it's not so good to publicly declare that you've made a list. I'm so sorry, Jenny, but you have been murderized during the night. And that's all that happened. No mail came in for anybody. So, it is now day 2.
I'll probably get nominated for this, but I'm just going to throw a little Super Bowl thing out there. Bruce Arians is the second oldest person to ever coach a team in the Super Bowl, and his mom is there in the stands watching him. I think that's awesome. He's 68, and she's probably 90.
Even better, when I used to be in Buffalo and I worked for the sports station in Buffalo, I was at the Super Bowl when Marv Levy coached it when they played Dallas.
Cool. Okay, back to the game.
I would have been working this Super Bowl too if it wasn't for COVID and we didn't send our whole crew.
Old Hag, you did a bad job last night.
I agree.
I suggest kick J-Mac out of the village next to be protected at least. Because that's an awesome story. I want it to
but it's important that I think it was a good decision for the Old Hag not to send anybody out at this point.
Why didn't they send anybody out?
Jenny was the Old
Because
Hag.
if you have no suspicions, why would you chance? Because you
usually send themselves out.
Unless Jenny was the Old Hag.
Yeah, unless I was gonna say that unless Jenny was the Old Hag, because unless they got killed, right? Maybe.
Oh, they sent Jenny out.
Jenny was a villager,
or Jenny was sent out. That's the other option.
We'll know tomorrow.
Or Jenny was sent out.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Actually, Tom, you didn't say.
Or the werewolves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jenny was a villager.
Okay.
Yeah, we were assuming that werewolves wouldn't kill themselves at night.
Well, but because of the switch.
No, you're
it's
right. It
possible
can
the
happen.
werewolf
It
could
can
get
happen
killed.
if
Can I ask a question? Is the Old Hag must use his or her
No,
power
they can
or not?
decline to use their power.
Okay.
So can the seer, but I've never seen that happen.
That would be interesting.
Daniel, what did you think of Gro's defense?
Well, I didn't. I was like 50-50 on her, but on the other hand, I didn't like Chris's defense in the first day as well.
I thought both were bad.
Yeah.
They both Gro looked a little nervous to me.
You all
That's
think he was bad, and I was the only one who voted
Yeah,
down.
but I told you I was voting up. I was voting up no matter what. I wanted to call on people and think if I could get a read on them for later.
Again, I was not convinced, but I don't necessarily think that she's bad.
Yeah.
But that Chris's thing was really subtle to me. So that's
I
a
can
bit
agree.
more up there.
Oh, I voted down, but I didn't think he was bad.
Oh, well, thanks.
I might get convinced though.
It shows you that because you kind of assume
I can never
you get
be
an early
sure
nom.
about Chris, by the way. His defense is always the same, even if he's guilty.
That's not true. That's not true. He knows how to defend himself when he's good. He defends more from what we saw. But
I need the first nomination from day 2.
Is that a fan in the background?
Somewhere, yeah.
What does everyone feel about Gro and Chris? Does someone want to nominate one of them?
let's nominate Chris. Let's see what he has to say in his defense after we mention his name. I'll nominate Chris.
I'll second.
All right, Chris, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
Hello again. I'm still a villager. It's nice to be here. I see some of you. Hi, how you doing? Been a while. Glad to see you.
All right, so this is vote 1 of day 2 for Chris the Werewolf Killer. Thumbs ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 8 down, but that is not enough.
I'm going to say that I found strange how Lynn went after Chris. That's why I didn't vote down. She took the suspicions from Chris away from me.
I think it's probably worth mentioning, though. I feel like, especially in the last round and maybe Chris in the first round, this round, is that there's a little bit of I got nothing to worry about because it's not the third nom. But I still think it's probably important.
It's still. I was going to vote down. I was going to vote down on Chris, but just the interaction with Lane there, she seemed a little too eager to get rid of him.
He's just got a nervous energy, like he just wants to get it over with.
He does look a little nervous too. Same with Bro. That's the reason.
People are talking about how sus you are, and then you get nominated, and you can't even give.
I agree 100% with what Gertrude said. It was after the fact that I said let's not kill somebody that Chris gave that lame defense, like, oh, we're not going to kill anyone, so it's not a big deal.
Hey. Don't make fun of my defense, sir.
It is weird that you
and for the record,
it was a glorious defense of 5 words.
Lynn knows Chris to be aggressive, so I think she's okay with going against.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying usually by now Chris the Werewolf Killer has 3 names of people that he's suspicious of, and they're usually all werewolves.
Near the end, yes.
Yeah, when there's only 3 werewolves left in him.
Hey, don't judge when I come out.
I'm a little. I don't know. Maybe you guys got to read that I didn't got on Chris. I'm just surprised how people are jumping so fast on Chris.
It was his defense, honestly. It was right after the fact that I said, let's not kill anybody. We were all kind of like, yeah. And then Chris gave that pretty weak.
It was super comfortable.
Well, you didn't have to say, let's not kill everybody. That was
but I kind of did it. And that's kind of what I expected if I called out a werewolf.
I don't have any read, but I think Josh is a little bit suspicious just for one thing, because he went oh, do you have a list and who's on it? It's maybe that's deflecting of him making a list and being the mad scientist. I don't know. Might be,
but I think he's just aggressive like that, and he would go. I don't think it.
I was just trying to move the conversation back towards the game somehow.
It's the first time, so I'm just reading people that I haven't met before, so that is a bit hard.
To be fair, Josh is always on the top of my list.
Josh was the first person to talk about something related to the game, and that's suspicious.
Which game are we talking about?
Okay, I need a nomination.
Oh, boy. Okay, I nominate Jason for that. Is
this Jason Levine you're talking about?
Yeah, Jason Levine, yeah.
Is there a second for that? All right, that's a second. Jason, what's your defense?
Seconded?
Again, I'm probably on the list. I'm seriously literally watching the Super Bowl on my phone at the same time. I'm not joking about that.
Oh, you're getting voted down now.
That's why I've been looking down. In case anyone's questioning why I look down so much in this game, is because I'm watching the Super Bowl on my phone at the same time. But
I think you're going to be able to point back to this game at some point as a lesson of some sort.
I'm a villager, and I'm probably on the list of 4, so I'm probably a bad kill regardless. And that's my defense.
All right, this is the second vote of day 2 for Jason Levine. Thumbs ready. Ready, 1, 2, 3. That is 10 down, but that is not enough.
I agree with Jason. He's probably one that got picked.
I think
unless he's on the team that picks people.
Yeah, I know, but again, and I was trying to think about
this. Connor, killing Jason keeps you alive.
I don't understand why we're going against
he-
Jason because he's commenting about the Super Bowl. I mean, okay, it's going on.
Yeah,
Everything
that's
is
not a
fine,
reason.
but we're wasting
I'm sorry.
It's just a meme, and I'd rather try to
nomination.
kill somebody who's a werewolf.
It is a meme, but that's the second nomination wasted. Now what we are doing? What are we doing now? We don't have information.
I think
on
Jason
anybody.
is the mad scientist, to be honest, because he was saying like, "Oh, let's go Connor," but I still agree with him. Maybe Connor's on the list, so I think that's.
No, I didn't say let's kill Connor. I nominated Connor so then I could say that I agreed with what he was saying about no killing the first night.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
List. I'm thinking like maybe you have the list.
No, I don't.
Wants to say something.
Yeah, so what I think is that if Jason wants to prove himself worthy of staying in this village, he does need to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on, less to the Super Bowl, and just be a little bit more helpful.
Oh, I'm paying attention.
And not hide behind the I'm on the list defense. I don't think that's a great defense.
I'm paying attention, and I think right now the most important thing is we got to make it through the 12 and get the werewolves. But unless we have actually information, because I'm not the seer, so I don't have information. So unless we have actual information yet, we're not going to pick werewolves. So we might as well try to not hurt ourselves and lose to the mad scientist.
No, don't rush.
I'll nominate.
Don't
nominate. No. Don't. Come on.
Can I ask a question first?
I
Before
have
we
a
nominate?
good read, Connor. So
Yeah, but explain it. Don't nominate yet. It's the third one.
You don't have to just nominate.
Can I just, just a game question? Just after Jason said something just then, I'm like, oh, I think I got that wrong. Jason said that after the 12 go, but isn't it after 6 rounds, irrespective of how many people die?
That's
6 rounds.
Yeah. That's correct.
Right,
Yes, but we kept saying it's 6 rounds, so that's 12 people. 11 people now because we didn't vote on the first night.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mistaked when I said 12.
I do need the third nomination, folks,
So
now.
that's what we need to focus on now, which is why I keep talking about specifically
Joseph?
that.
yeah, I'm gonna nominate Josh. I have a 90% on Josh.
I'll second it.
No.
I'm sorry, who did you nominate?
Josh.
Oh, Josh? Okay.
Yep.
Josh, what's your defense?
Wow, Joseph, third nomination, you threw it away. No, I am just a regular villager. I'm helping out. I'm trying to get reads. I'm trying to keep us in
You're trying to get
this
Jason
game.
killed for a meme.
No, I'm trying to get us concentrated on this game, not something else that's happening out in the world. I'm wanting to get this game, played. I'm trying to take this game seriously, and so I mean, I'm concerned that maybe you're not. So you're shooting up my list now.
No, I just think Joseph made a mistake. Joseph, he never nominated Jason, and those 2 times Jason was nominated, Josh was never nominating or seconding him. So
I just felt like he was very aggressive against
yeah,
Jason.
I know. There's like 5 people that are very aggressive against Jason right now.
I just think like we cannot just not kill people anymore just because of the
I
Sasquatch.
agree.
Like we
I agree
already
with
did
that.
this once.
That's why I don't like the
wrong
rush.
one. This was the wrong one.
I think this was a bad nomination.
I don't like
So,
nominating Josh.
If I had to say why I seconded it, I feel like some of the people being aggressive on me, at least one of them is going to be part of this mad scientist agent of chaos group because they're being super aggressive to me. So I have a feeling at least one of them is part of that group.
All right. Well, we
So
need to,
I don't mind killing people that are aggressive to me. It makes
We
sense.
need to have the
Please
vote.
don't kill me.
This is for Josh. Third vote of day 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 8 down. That's not enough. Nobody dies tonight. So we're going to pause here because there is the possibility that I need to do this every night. There is a possibility that the Sasquatch had not turned the first night, but could turn now.
So you're rolling the die again, just to tell someone who's probably turned that they're still turned.
Well, it doesn't give you any information if I do stuff like that. All righty. Good night, everybody. Okay. This is a very peaceful village. That's a nice thing. So we'll start with the mad scientist. Let's shake some things up. Who would you like to switch? Thank you. Old woman, who would you like to send out? Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Werewolves. Or werewolf. Okay, thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right, good morning, everybody. So good news and bad news. The good news is for you, Josh, you just got a notice that there is a party for people not talking about the Super Bowl that you've been invited to. So you're heading out for the day to go to that. And bad news for you, Daniel. I'm so very sorry, but you have been killed and massacred, and Daniel was a villager.
Yeah, I just want to say I was pretty confident it was going to be Daniel or I dying last night. I am 100% on Chris and Grow right now.
I'm not sure. I don't know about Chris and Grow. I'm not.
Chris definitely.
I think Chris.
Since I survived one more night, I want to say that I don't know about Chris. I'm not suspicious of Chris. He may be a werewolf. I just find that the way Lynn took the chance to go after Chris was very weird for me.
Gil,
she's on the top of. She's like shut on the top. The way the whole thing happened. Like she brought it back. We're going away. She was too eager to vote him. So it could be either because she was trying to get a kill, or maybe he is a werewolf and she's her part. His part there.
Gil, you're wrong, my friend. I have played with you so many times. I am aggressive when I'm a villager. I'm not aggressive when I'm a werewolf. When I'm a werewolf, I'm very passive.
I could be wrong, but
Gil, let me ask you.
That's a read that I got it.
Let me ask you something.
You're very wrong, my friend. You are very wrong.
If we were to
that's my life. I'm always wrong.
If we were to vote out Chris and he was a werewolf, would you still be on to Lynn?
So it was the whole situation was very weird. I'm not suspicious of Chris. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't understand why everybody went after Chris so the way it is, but just the way it seems to me that she was taking an opportunity there.
I'm back
to go after him at that time.
I take it an opportunity because I find him suspicious. I didn't like his defense.
It could be that he is a werewolf and she was just trying to clear herself. It was just the whole situation was a little weird for me, and I could be wrong.
Try and kill me and get me out of the game. You'll find out that I'm a villager. So
Connor, I think you're wrong on Grow. But I think you're right on Chris.
I'm way more on Chris than Grow, so I'm definitely cool with that.
I'm fine with either of them. I just don't want to not kill people anymore.
He seems questionable.
The only thing that worries me, Gil, is you seem to. I mean, I could be wrong. Does anyone else think Lynn's suspicious?
It's just the whole situation was weird for me because I wasn't suspicious of Chris, made me suspicious of her, and I could be wrong.
I think you should be suspicious of Chris. A lot of people are suspicious of him. I don't know why you're not.
I don't know. You could be trying to clear. I don't know. As I said, I could be wrong. Is a read that I got.
You were definitely 100%.
It was
wrong.
a read that I got on that 100%. Interaction there. That was just strange.
The only thing I'm worried about, and we had to think about this, is we said Chris's name a lot yesterday. I'm worried that the mad scientist might have picked him and swapped him with one of the actual people that they picked at the beginning of the game, and
that could be. It could be that Lynn is not the werewolf, but I think if she's not a werewolf, she may be one of the roles that wants him killed. It was just Connor. It was just so
folks,
weird.
I need the first nomination of day 3.
That wouldn't affect the day, Connor.
I think Connor is right, because maybe we've been on Chris so many times that maybe
nomination.
I don't know. I'll vote for Chris, but I'm not suspicious of him.
Is that a nomination, Gil?
Can we get a rules clarification if the mad scientist affects the daytime as well?
No, they do not. It is only nighttime.
Never mind. Scratch what I just said.
Yeah.
All right, I'm nominating Chris, and I'm ready to kill.
All right, Connor nominates Chris. Is there a second? All right, Chris, what's your defense? Oh, again, it's Chris the Werewolf Killer we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
You got nominated.
Oh, did I? Sorry, my audio had cut out there for a second. Am I nominated?
Yes, you are.
Was it Connor again?
Yes, it was.
Connor, hi. We can still be friends after this.
I know. I feel bad, but you're definitely a wolf.
That's a suspicious high, Chris. I never seen you do that.
Well, I could have done it lower. Do you want me to do it lower? No. I'm a plain villager. I don't have much else to say.
Jazz hands.
Okay.
Spirit fingers. I'm just a plain villager. I wouldn't kill me right now, but I mean, you teach their own. I wouldn't do it. That's all right.
Okay, this is vote 1 of day 3 for Chris the Werewolf Killer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 7 votes up, but that's not enough. Chris is dead, and Chris was indeed a werewolf. Good night, everybody. All right, so maybe you waiting 2 days to kill someone killed the only werewolf in town. That would be nice. All righty, mad scientist, who are we switching tonight? All righty. Old woman, who would you like to send out? Thank you. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to know about? Or kill, sorry, not know about. I'm asking the wrong question. Okay, thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right, good morning, everybody. First of all, I made a mistake, and I apologize about that. I did not, when we killed a werewolf, tell the dream wolf that they were now a werewolf. I am now doing that now. So the seer can take that into account. It could possibly have affected last night. And to the villagers, I apologize on that half. But at least you now know the information. Secondly, Alex, you get to take a trip and go to a faraway land. I didn't have enough time to come up with a good reason, so you're out for a day. And I'm very sorry, but Lynn, you've been murderized that night. However, that's not the end of the story, as Lynn is the hunter for the villagers. And who would you like to take out with you?
Oh, hell. I'm going to take out Grow.
Grow. Alrighty, Grow, you are also dead, and Grow was a villager.
That didn't go well.
Should have killed Gil, unfortunately. Gil.
Sorry, Lynn.
I'm very, very suspicious.
That's fine. That's fine. You can kill me. I see that.
I don't think you're a wolf. I think you're either.
By the way, who got kicked out of the village?
Alex.
So Connor,
I don't think the werewolves would kill her because I was suspicious of her.
Alex,
I think
Alex
she got traded with whoever got target. She got traded to whoever got target.
Yeah, because Connor,
why would they kill her? Why would they kill her if I was after her?
Connor,
that doesn't make sense.
Jill, Connor is still alive after saying they will probably kill me or Daniel, and Daniel died.
Okay,
why is Connor still alive? Why did they go after Lynn, who was already suspicious? That doesn't make sense.
Because I think Lynn died on a switch.
Think she was switched with Connor or something?
Because why would they kill her? It makes no sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Because I was after her.
Joseph and Gil, because you guys aren't thinking about the long game. The long game for the werewolves is they need to also make sure in 6 nights that
agreed
these 4 people don't die. So they're not going to kill them in Connors at night.
But why did they kill Daniel?
Yeah. I that was a risk. I don't think they should have done that, but I think they're worried that Daniel's going to name all the wolves like he always does. But I'm not going to go anywhere probably until at least day 6.
I actually completely disagree with Jason. Surprise, surprise. I think if I'm a werewolf, I'm going to kill all of the people who are on everyone's lists to force the village not to kill during the day.
No, I mean
that's too risky, though.
Lose if we don't kill. Yeah, I would never do that.
Yeah. Well, if they killed Lynn yesterday, it was a weird choice. It's just that's why I think she got switched to somebody.
Did we not?
I don't think it was me because I knew if she was a villager, they knew I would be suspicious of her. So they tried to kill somebody, and I think she may get switched.
Or you could be double bluffing, Jill. That you're maybe.
I could. I'll give you that, but I'm not.
Giving that story to cover up. That's also a possibility.
I'm a little worried, Gil, of you being one of the mad scientists or the agent of chaos. That's my concern.
I agree.
I don't think Wolf. I think
it's a valid suspicious. I'm not gonna say that's not.
And it's
not the case though. It's not the case though.
I know, and it's only because of I think you really wanted Lynn out, and I definitely was not suspicious of Lynn.
Yeah, but that's make more weird that they tried to kill Lynn.
I know. I agree. She might have gotten switched.
Yeah, either Joseph, you, or somebody got switched with.
All right, folks,
but I think
I need the first nomination, please.
Who knows Lynn well enough to want to try to put them on a list?
Here's what I think. I do think Gil might have. If Gil's, I'm assuming Gil's one of the bad guys.
Is this a nomination, Connor, for Gil?
Yeah, I'll nominate him.
I'll second. I'm starting to lean towards Gil being a werewolf, actually.
All right, Gil, what's your defense? You've been nominated and seconded.
Unfortunately, I know those are all valid. Like the whole situation. Maybe I didn't think. Maybe killing Lynn was actually a good call for the werewolves. Thinking back now, because that is firing back to me. They knew she was a villager. I was after her, and it would make me suspicious. I'm neither mad scientist, chaos. I don't remember the name. The chaos agent or a werewolf. So that's all I can say. I understand that all the suspicions are valid, but I'm not on any of those things that you're.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 4 for Gil. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. That is 8 votes, but it is not enough.
So
you guys
I'm
did the
going
right
to throw out
thing.
a theory. I'm going to throw out a theory that the agent of chaos picked. I am thinking it's Gil, but I'm thinking they picked like one of the other people, like me, because I did name Chris. They picked me and switched me with Lynn, knowing the werewolves would target me and it would kill Lynn, and Lynn was one of the people on the list.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're thinking very highly of yourself right now, aren't you?
I do.
That is why wouldn't we be suspicious of you just because you throw Chris, like just got Chris' names?
I was pretty on to Chris like from the get-go and I threw out the idea at the very beginning of the game to not kill anyone.
I can point several things you said, like not killing and stuff like that.
I think most people
try to
agree with
divert
me
the
on not
information.
killing.
I don't think it's Connor. He was too on.
I agree with Connor and I disagree with Gil, and here's why. Because we've all determined that someone like me and someone like Connor is going to get put on this list no matter what. So Connor's coming up with theories about how we can survive this list of 4 people within the first 6 turns, while Gil's just like...
And in which world they wouldn't have put my name on it? Like you just decide to trust... You believe that I'm bad.
Gil,
and
the
that's
world where you're one of those 2 people. That's the world.
But Gil, here's the thing. You literally just said, well, Connor's full of himself for thinking he's on the list.
No, I didn't say he's full of himself. Don't put words.
List.
I said he's thinking very highly of himself. That's
William, what did you want to say?
It's a very different thing. I would never said what you just say.
William,
I have a rules question. Because didn't you say, Tom, that both the Agent of Chaos and the mad scientist need to be alive? So
no, one of them has to be
after
alive.
6th round?
At least one of them has to be
Only
alive.
one of them.
Okay.
I'll say that though.
Graham, did you have a question too?
no, I just wanted somebody else to be able to speak. I've been ordering all the people who haven't said anything, and there's a lot of them down at the bottom of my screen.
Well, actually, unfortunately, it's time for another nomination.
I'm going to nominate Amanda.
I'll second that.
Alrighty, Amanda, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I'm just a villager. Just kind of been observing, trying to figure out who's who. I know I've been quiet, but just kind of observing who's all talking and talking about what. I'm starting to be a little suspicious of Connor. But I'm just a villager.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 4. Thumbs ready? 1, 2, 3. Three votes down, not enough.
I'd like to nominate Gil again for the 3rd one.
No.
Let's wait. Let's wait.
Hang on. Is there a second for that?
A pretty quick nomination for the
But it's not because it's quick. I know, Paul, you and Graham are always on me and just want to hate me and think that I'm always doing bad things, but it's because I really believe that Gil is either evil or agent of something like that.
Can we not get a little bit more time for discussion?
Yeah, I'm not hating on you. I just think it's way too suspicious when somebody makes a 3rd nomination immediately after.
Can I ask who voted for Amanda again? Was J-Mac and Jason? Okay.
They said A.
Yeah.
There's an A, Jason. Okay.
Yeah, like Jason, it'd be a good idea to talk about that right now, and then we can come back to the Gil
so
thing.
the reason why I nominated was because she was one of the people who voted up for Chris, and she hasn't been. I don't think she said anything the whole game up until that nomination. So that was the reason. And we need.
And similarly, Amanda's on my suspect list, and Jason A is on my trust list. So I suspected her just because I've been watching everybody for the past couple days and seeing who is either taking notes or I can see them scanning, looking at everybody, trying to get a read. And she seemed to be not doing that. She seemed to be a little bit locked in, getting a drink, being chill. So that, I mean, I've never played with her before, so that could just be her demeanor. But off of that is what I got my read.
Well, and now that I played with her in one of the videos that wasn't aired because of audio issues, and I could not read her for the life of me. So
that could be a reason to put her on the list, maybe, because you couldn't read her, and that's easier to say, like, oh, she doesn't say much, so put her on the list. That's an easy target.
That's a bit of a rabbit hole.
It's definitely once I'm gonna kill. I know that, so I'm gonna say that before I get killed. You guys have to watch one of the quiet people. You know, my theory is always on one of the bad team. And there's like 4 or 5 people that are way too quiet, even if people that are not usually very quiet.
Time's up. I need a 3rd nomination.
Can I nominate Gil now?
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right. Gil, what's your defense?
Well, you're going to kill another village. There's nothing I can say to change your mind because I know when you guys get driven like that, that's when I die. And I know it's on my own fault, but I would watch one of the quiet people. They probably are. Like Gertrude is quieter than normal. Steve is quieter than normal. I can't tell you about Chris. It could be Amanda. But I never played with her. Kevin's quiet, so I would watch one of the quiet people.
All righty. thumbs ready. This is the third vote of day 4. This is for Gil. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's 14 down. Gil is dead, and Gil was a villager. All righty, welcome back, Alex. Good night, everybody. All righty. Let's start with the mad scientist. Who would you like to switch tonight? Thank you. Old woman, who would you like to send out? Okay. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to kill? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Alrighty, good morning. Welcome back. Jason A., you got a letter from the National Conventions of Conventions. I think I've used that joke already, but it doesn't matter. You get to go to that convention. We'll see you tomorrow. And I'm very, very sorry to tell you, but Josh, you have died in the night due to heart attack. Well, werewolf claws through the heart, but... And Josh was a villager. It is day 5.
I want to clarify on something. Gil being claimed a villager is death. Could have been one of those bad guys, and
it is possible.
It was. I think that's what it was.
Right. We won't know.
Who was pointing to Josh earlier in one of the days? Someone pointed to Josh. Was it Connor or
it was me.
Joseph did.
Oh, it was you, Joseph? Okay.
I'm not afraid to say because I was wrong.
This is day 5, Tom.
Yes,
Yeah.
Today's day 5.
Yes, it's day 5.
Before we get too far, I just want to throw out my suspicion of Joseph being a werewolf.
I'm
not
feel like
nominating her or anything, but just the style of play from, based on past experience. And I'm a villager, and we're 99% of the time on opposite sides. And if I'm a villager, he's a werewolf, and I really believe he is.
So if we kill him and it turns out he's a villager, that means you're a werewolf?
Sure. But I'm not.
Oh, okay. That's what it sounded like.
So you're just going with the statistical likelihood.
Yes.
It's perfectly fine. And actually, your suspicion makes me think you are a villager because the way I am playing indicates that I'm not a villager, which I am. But that's why I'm playing that way.
I have a question, Joseph, for me, I guess. Do you think I am a villager?
I'm not 100% on that. Okay. Because the last game we played together, I chose to go with you all the way instead of Daniel. And you played basically exactly the same that you're doing right now when you were a werewolf. That doesn't mean that you're a werewolf, but I'm just saying that.
No, I'm only asking, and nobody else has said my name. except Amanda saying suspicious. So I was just curious.
Yeah. Also,
I didn't feel like I was being suspicious at the beginning.
if you're a villager, I like to be suspicious of you because that means that they will keep you around more. So
yeah.
The only thing that maybe you're suspicious of is maybe being the mad scientist, but that could be anybody because everybody.
I'm just saying though, I came out with that. I don't
think so.
Day one like that. But
the thing is, I'm more inclined to Jason A being the mad scientist, and I'm glad he got to go to the conventions of conventions. So,
Julia, are you a werewolf?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Are you Sasquatch?
Move on.
Well, actually, I was just thinking about a question for Tom about the Sasquatch.
Well, go ahead and ask it, but then we're gonna have a. But go ahead, ask your question. Then we need a nomination.
So, are you supposed to be checking every single turn since the first day since we?
No, it's only when there's a turn that there is not a kill. So I only needed to do it the first 2 nights.
Are you wondering because you didn't get a
turned yet, Julia?
No.
I'm gonna just.
But I was wondering if that meant that someone had turned, and that's why he wasn't checking anymore. And
I'm going to nominate somebody to hear their defense, and that'll decide how I vote. But I'm going to nominate Chris because I haven't heard a single thing from him yet.
Okay, so it has to be the other Chris finally.
Yes.
All right, is there a second for Chris?
I'll second.
All right, Chris, what's your defense?
All right, I am happily just a villager this game. Having a special role in this game makes me nervous as all get out. So early on, I was suspicious of Joseph, Graham, and Chris early on. Still kind of leaning that way now as far as Graham and Joseph. But I'm just a villager.
Do you have reasons for those two?
I think it was the first day or second day. Gosh, I can't remember now. It's back. I forget why. Sorry.
All right. Well, this is the first vote of day 5 for Chris. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 thumb down. The rest are positive.
I think I want to nominate JMac, or do I still have discussions now?
I don't have to wait a minute and a half. You can nominate someone now if you want.
Okay, I will nominate JMac.
All right, is there a second for that? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, when Jason pointed to Jill, he jumped on it immediately, and when Chris got nominated, he jumped immediately. I think he's a mad scientist. He jumped on it so quickly, so yeah, that's why I'm nominating him.
Is there a second for that?
I'll second it.
All right. J-Mac, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
Sure. I thought of that as I made the second on Chris, that was the second time that I had seconded quickly. So I totally get your reasoning. That's not the case. I'm normally not. But I was thinking along those same lines that either Chris or Kevin just needed to talk because neither one of them have said anything for the game. So since Connor did it and I was already thinking that way, that's why I seconded it. And it was the first nomination, so I didn't think he would get voted out. I just wanted to hear his thoughts because I didn't have a read on him yet. There's still a few people I don't have either on my trust list or my suspect list. So right now I have a couple people on my suspect list, Amanda being one of them. So far, 2 of the people on my suspect list have been villagers, so that's why I'm not coming out with all of my suspects, because right now I am only 1 for 3. But everybody suspected Chris, werewolf killer. So I don't have a special role, so if I get voted out, not a big deal. And I'm sure I'm not on the list because I normally make it through until about the 7th day. So,
all righty, this is vote 2 of day 5. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 votes down, not enough.
I don't think J-Mac is mad scientist. If I had to peg a mad scientist, it'd be William for me. And it was because he opened up this day trying to push us onto Joseph. I know Joseph's got a lot of suspicion on him from various people, but that just struck me. I wrote that down, that you wanted us to start talking about Joseph, and Joseph would be somebody that I think would be.
That was because at the end of yesterday, I kept trying to talk and I was overrun and I couldn't get it out. So that's why I wanted to get it out first thing. So
Sure, and that could be. I wrote it down. I think it's a possibility.
I just want to say I'm the first one that pointed out Chris Werewolf Killer, and that was not a meme. That was a read. So I wouldn't do that if I were a werewolf. Well, maybe I would, but not to
Kevin,
Chris.
you're muted. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Could I pull up my theory? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to survive the night. So I'm pretty sure I'm one of the people that the Agent of Chaos picked. I think I've been moved around a lot. Maybe I got moved around the night with Josh, I think. I'm pretty sure I know who all the werewolves are. I'm pretty close. I think Bram, Gertrude, Jürgen might be some of the werewolves. I'm not sure exactly who the Agent of Chaos is yet. That's a little confusing. But I'm going to nominate Gertrude because he was quick to pull that second one last time. I really don't think it's J-Mac.
So, Kevin, if you're the seer, you should
I'm not the
that.
seer.
Okay, I was about to say.
I'm a regular villager.
Don't do it cryptically and say that you actually saw
All right,
people.
Gertrude has been nominated. Is there a second for that?
I just have a quick question for Kevin. So if we don't want to I just have a question before we go to this third nomination.
Well, you need to ask the question because it's time for the nomination.
But nobody seconded, right?
Well, yeah, then I need a different nomination.
All right, never mind.
Just ask your question.
Yeah, I mean, so Kevin, I felt like you agreed with me when I said Gil was one of those bad roles. I thought I saw your head shaking yes, and then you voted to keep Gil alive. I was curious as to why.
You're muted again, Kevin.
We can't hear you, Kevin.
I hope we don't have a muted seer. That would be.
This is why you get cables that are an adequate length.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my mic. No, I never thought that Gil was a bad role.
I thought I saw you shaking your head yes when I had said that. Maybe I.
Well, either way.
Well, I want to.
So just to clarify, no one is seconding Kevin's nomination. If not, I need a different nomination. No more discussion. Discussion.
I nominate Kevin. I nominate Kevin, and here's why. Because either he's the seer and he saw 3 werewolves, great, or he's the agent and he's trying to get us to kill the 3 other people on the list. Because why would you just say these 3 people are the ones who are werewolves? So I nominate Kevin. It's the only thing that makes sense right now.
All right.
Yeah, he sounded way too confident.
Is there a second for
If
Kevin?
he's not a seer, then
Paul
you can't be
seconds
that
it.
confident.
Kevin, what's your defense?
Okay. I think Paul is the Agent of Chaos. He's trying to get me out easily. But these are just reads. I just watch a lot of werewolf guys.
All right.
I'm just a regular villager.
This is the third vote of day 5. This is for Kevin. Thumbs ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 12 down. That's enough. And Kevin is dead. I'm sorry, Kevin. And Kevin was a villager. Good night, everybody. And welcome back, Jason. All right. Mad Scientist. Thank you. Old woman. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a very, 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 very peaceful village where absolutely nothing of any note happened last night.
Tom, did you do seer, or did I miss that?
I did not, so let's all go back to sleep so I can do that. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right, now good morning, everybody. Still nothing happened last night.
And this is day 6.
This is day 6.
Okay, so we need to make it through today? No, we can make it through tonight? Is that right?
Now we've got to assume that he was the seer, and that's why Tom slipped up and forgot to say seer, which means that the 3 people he named are actually werewolves. But why didn't he just say he was the seer?
Okay. Oh, that doesn't have to be.
Hold on.
I was actually going to say, because I got named, he nominated me, so I just wanted to jump in because I didn't get a chance to defend myself, obviously. And I was willing to fall on my sword because it was the third nom under the standard role. But I do agree with him, which is why I voted to keep him, because again, like the Jugan, I've had my eyes on, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but has been the quietest player the entire game. I don't even know if he's gone off mute the entire game. So I was suspicious of him. And although I got lumped into that suspicion from Kevin, I agree with him, except for myself, obviously, but I'm just a plain villager, so I didn't mind dying for the sake of that knowledge getting out.
Tom, do we have to make it through today if the mad scientists and Agent of Chaos, or is this it?
That's correct.
Okay.
I have to say
that Kevin was maybe the Agent of Chaos because he didn't really speak most of the game, and then the nomination for Gertrude sounded really random. So I thought he was kind of getting desperate to get his list out.
Yeah.
I'm about 90% sure he was shaking his head yes when I brought out the whole Gil thing. And I called him out on it, and he voted up on Gil, I think. And then he said something about, I'm pretty sure I got switched. How would he have any idea that happened?
Right. And why was he so sure that he was on the list and things like that? It was weird.
Connor, the only way that nobody dies in this village is the Sasquatch and the bodyguard, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I think it was the bodyguard, to be honest.
Or the Sasquatch didn't turn 2 times and got attacked.
I think it was the bodyguard.
I think it had to have been.
Because I'm just wondering why Connor never dies. Like, it doesn't make sense from our meta.
I said why. I said at the beginning. I said,
but there's 4 people. They can still, and Jason is still here.
All right, but Joseph, here's what I'm going to say, and this is the only reason why I noticed the seer didn't waking up. I was going to think about telling the seer to come out today.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
One werewolf. So that was my original thought. Right.
Yeah, me too. I want to see you to come out as well.
We've killed one.
But I don't like the fact
that. I agree. This is a good time for the seer to come out, and if no seer comes out, then we have to assume that Kevin was the seer, and he was just being
somebody was the seer instead. Yeah,
we're gonna have to assume Kevin based on the fact that the seer wasn't asked to wake up Joseph.
But he should have said he was the seer. Then he can be.
I know, but he was being super vague and weird. He's like,
Jason, I don't think he was. He's been seer before, and he's always come out as seer. I just think he is going off of reads, but I'm not 100% sure his.
Well, does a seer want to come out now and say what they have, including safe people?
I think it's time. Or not, or we don't.
I think I'm starting to think. I think Connor is a werewolf. I'm sorry to say, but
Joseph, we've killed too many villagers. You don't want to kill me at this point.
No, I want to kill you today. I want to kill you tomorrow. So if you're on the list,
that's fine. How about let's wait till tomorrow, because this is the 6th day, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, the more quiet people need to speak out a little bit more because
I agree.
Yeah, they're going high on my list.
All right.
I'll nominate Shugan to talk because I'll nominate him.
Don't waste the nomination. Let me talk.
It doesn't matter. It's time to do the nomination anyway. So that's a nomination. Is there a second?
It's first nomination.
Yeah, sure. I'll second.
All right. You've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense, Shugan?
The reason I haven't been talking, there's so much talking as it is, and I've been in games where I've cut people off, and I didn't want to do that this game. I just want to point out whoever the mad scientists and the agent of chaos, I think they're veteran players. I think they're targeting people that don't usually play or not one of the main people that play. And my theory is that the main people are getting targeted because they're thinking the other way around. And that's why we haven't, at least I haven't played with a lot of people in this group. At least maybe I'm just reading it completely wrong. But my vision is that the people that we've lost are on that list. So whoever the agent of chaos and mad scientists is, we're probably completely missing them. So I'm just a villager. But we lost so many villagers, so I'm not comfortable dying.
All right, this is vote one. I'm sorry?
Just a rules question. If the mad scientist gets killed, he registers as a villager, right?
That's correct.
So he can be dead. That's the only thing I want to say.
They both have to be
Not
dead.
that.
They both do.
All
Yeah,
right.
They
okay.
both have to be dead.
Mhm.
Thumbs ready? This is vote one of day 6. 1, 2, 3. Two thumbs down, not enough.
Could I ask a rules question? After today day, if the list is all dead, if the list gets killed right now, let's say that there's still someone on the list and they get killed now, will the game literally end before we go to bed? So we're going to know for sure about this listing by the end of this last vote?
I'll let you know when it happens, if it happens.
Okay, I just want to know so we can go to bed and be like, okay, we've gone to bed. Thank God, now we don't have to worry about
I'm
this
assuming you're
listing.
saying sleeping here in Werewolf, not we're going to bed.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's what I mean.
I just don't think that at this point, we're on the 6th day, that discussion about the list is kind of irrelevant at this point, I feel. We have to kill somebody.
I hope so.
But
I hope
we
so
shouldn't
too.
kill a high target player.
No, but Jugin's, I just felt like it was a deflecting. That's what I felt like.
I've been suspicious of Jugan like in every game lately, and I'm always wrong, so I can't read him. I don't know.
Based on Kevin's read, I'm willing to bet Jugan's a villager. So
Yeah, I don't
Jugan
think Jugan is. Gertrude was on the top of my list. He was also one of the other people who voted up on Chris when we found out that he was a werewolf. So when Kevin announced, his list, I actually thought he was the seer. So,
Do we think the seer is dead now?
If no one's come out as seers,
Seems
then
likely.
seers probably
seems like
down.
it.
Gertrude, did you vote down on Jugan?
I voted up.
No, it's just me and you, Connor.
Yeah.
Why did you?
Well,
I want to go back to William. I think he was one of the two that we were talking about earlier, and somehow he escaped with it.
Just to answer your question, though, Connor, beforehand, the reason I voted up is because if you ever, when we first started doing this, I just decided to go with my gut. And although my gut is with Jugan at this point, I didn't disagree with his reasoning for his defense. So I'm willing to hear more from him.
Well, if
All right, it's
wants
time
to
for the
talk
second
about-
nomination, please.
What are your thoughts, Alex? Because you're a lot quieter than you usually are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting back and trying to take some notes and take this a little more seriously than I usually do. But yeah, I'm still on William possibly being mad scientist. I don't think it matters so much anymore after we get past this day. I think I don't have a read on Gertrude, so I can't really say. I kind of feel like Connor is a werewolf just because, we've killed a lot of villagers. He's been leading the conversation a lot, and then he's been trying to get us, well, not necessarily get us, but he mentioned that maybe we shouldn't kill today, which would be something that the werewolves would want to do.
Never
You said that.
I said we had to kill today. We had to kill.
Yeah,
Never said we did not have to kill.
Alex.
Hmm. What?
You're sitting back, taking notes, taking the game seriously. I heard you say that before.
I got a whole thing full of
need a
notes. I'm not
nomination
allowed to
here,
show them
folks.
in Tom's games.
Can I ask a question?
To me,
if we make it through, yeah,
Most of the people that I think are sauces have been gone.
Rules question: if we make it through the 6th day, and it's mad scientists,
I'll explain that stuff later. I need a nomination now.
No, I just want to know if they become part of the village team and they're.
I
part
will
of our
explain
team
it
now.
later. I need a nomination.
I'll nominate William.
Okay, is there a second for that?
I'll second.
All right, William, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense? This is vote 2.
Joseph is a werewolf because he seconded me. I am just a plain villager. I have absolutely no role. And that's it. I have no defense. I have no mastermind or anything like that. But I truly believe Joseph is a werewolf.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 6. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. That's a tie, and tie goes to the defender.
Joseph, didn't earlier you say William was good?
Okay.
No, I never said William. Yeah, I said it might be, but I trust JMac 100%.
I want to
is on my good list,
nomination.
definitely.
By the way, I nominate Amanda.
Sounds weird for a bird.
You're making a nomination now, you said?
Yeah.
For Amanda, is there a second for that?
I'm going to second that. And I know you're going to say, Paul, it sounds so early, so I must be bad, but it's not. I've watched a few things.
My reasoning is because I looked at Amanda's screen and suddenly she was smirking. I was like, what is that about? And she smirked again when we nominated William. So maybe she's on maybe William is on the list. I don't know. Maybe it's a small read. I don't know.
All right. Amanda, what's your defense?
Well, this is third nomination, so more than likely I'm probably going to go, even though I'm a villager. I've just been taking notes, trying to get a read on people. Paul's kind of been quiet this game. And Alex also, so I'm just kind of wondering about them. But like I said, I'm just a villager. More than likely, maybe the Sasquatch hasn't turned yet, so just don't vote me out. We've lost a lot of villagers. We don't want to lose another one. I have no special roles, so that's my defense.
All right, this is vote 3 of day 6. Thumbs ready. This is for Amanda. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 10 votes down. Amanda is dead. Sorry, Amanda. Amanda was a villager. Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone just for a second. Don't ask me questions yet. So the Mad Scientist and Agent of Chaos did not win at this point. So if either or both of them are alive, they count as people that the werewolves need to kill to have a majority to win the game. But they do not win if the villagers win. They can't win either way. So whatever they do is up to whatever they do. But they will count towards the total count of the, there needs to be, if there's 8 werewolves left and there's 7 villagers, the werewolves win. So, all right. Good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the Mad Scientist. Thank you. Old woman. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right, good morning, everyone. The village is now down to 15 people. No, 14 people, actually, if I'm doing my math right. Because J-Mac, I'm sorry, but you have been murdered heinously, and he was a villager.
Who voted up on Amanda?
A lot of people.
Yeah, I want to bring it to Egger because that was like the second or third time he's done that. Wasted a third nomination
on a really weak suspicion of a player he's never played with before.
Yeah, but I voted down on Chris. So that
was like 3-4 days ago.
But still part of the game.
Is Chris the only werewolf you've killed so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoever the werewolves are, that was not nice of you. Because I said I trusted him.
Well, yeah, I have.
That makes me think it's Connor even more.
Oh my goodness, I was the one who agreed with you that I think J-Mac was good.
Yeah, that's why you killed him.
Why didn't I kill you?
What's the question?
Does the mad scientist lose their abilities at this point?
No, they can still use them.
Okay.
So here's my question: does the mad scientist or agent, if you're still here and any of you are alive, do you just want to say you're here and help us? Please?
Yeah, they can basically come out.
I agree.
Please do it if you are and help us.
You already lost.
Oh, what do you got to say?
Yeah, you already lost. Help us.
Oh, I see you smirking. Come on.
One of you eluded me. I got 3 out of 4.
Just blame the village team.
All right. Can you? Well, Paul, are you assuming? Can you help the village? That's the better way to play. Okay. Who is your partner?
If they are alive and they want to come out, I'll let that be their decision.
Okay.
So Paul is now one of the people.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul. What role were you?
I was the agent of chaos, so I picked the 4 names. I got 3 out of 4.
Who were the 4?
Oh, that sucks.
Who were the 4?
I'll let you find that out after.
No, we want to hear it now to see your logic, because or else you could be a werewolf lying about this.
Well,
so
Paul? Can you just say
weird thing to claim as a werewolf?
Why not? Why would it be weird?
Lying about the list.
Okay.
You're close. You're close.
Can I make a guess that the night that Lynn died, I was targeted? Because I feel like that's probably what happened. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, Connor, you're saying that because that means you're not a werewolf.
No, I'm saying that because that was the night that I think I was.
No. Paul,
so my theory stands.
Switched. Paul picked the people.
Yes, he does.
I have no idea.
People who switches.
No, that's the other guy.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Connor is trying to make us think that he can't be targeted tonight.
Joseph, how many times have I screwed up rolls? Please ignore me if I screw up a roll. I screw them up all the time.
You really try so hard to make us think you
well,
can.
Since I'm in charge of the rules, it's time for a nomination, please.
I'm going to stop.
I need the first nomination of day 7.
By the way.
I will not nominate anything.
I'll nominate Julia.
All right. Is there a second for that? Connor?
Yeah.
All right, Julian, you've been nominated. Seconded. What's your defense?
Oh, Julia. Sorry.
Oh, Julian.
Yeah.
Julian, sorry.
Julia
I take back that. I'm not seconding Julia.
Okay.
I'm going to second Julia.
All right. Julia, been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I have none. I hate this village. You guys called me crazy. Just trying to do science. And fine, kill me. But I will tell you before you kill me who I swapped each night in case the seer or someone is still alive and this helps you figure stuff out. The first night I swapped Joseph and Jason. Second time I swapped Alex and Edgar. The third night I swapped Lynn and Gil. The fourth night I swapped Josh and Kevin. The fifth night I swapped Alex and myself. So take that.
So it wasn't Connor that switched with Lynn.
No. And I apologize, Gil. It was just, that's what I thought.
I thought they couldn't target
I knew
themselves.
something was up with you, Julia. I knew it.
No, they
I didn't
can't
know
put
what.
themselves on the list of
They
four.
can't put themselves on the list, but you can target yourself.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Because it's a very dangerous thing to do. All right, this is a vote for Julia. This is vote 1 of day 7. We have.
Don't vote down, people.
Oh, ready? 1,
We should or
2,
shouldn't.
3.
Oh, she's on our team, sort of.
Werewolves should vote down.
That's
Oh,
2
she
votes
wants to
down.
die.
Oh, 3.
Okay, I thought the switching was.
We need you for numbers. Need you for numbers, Julie.
I thought that the switching was a.
Let's just say if the mad scientists in the other role really want to, they can spread chaos and just join the werewolf team. They're not specifically on.
Do you want them on the werewolf team?
Okay,
No,
I nominate
Aaron wants
Edgar.
them on the werewolf
I
team.
nominate Edgar.
That's a possibility.
I nominate Edgar.
Don't nominate anything.
I nominate Edgar. Stop. Tell me to
All
nominate.
right, hang on.
Edgar.
Let's stop. Okay, so you nominate Edgar. Is there a second for that?
I just second.
He
All
literally just begged for the mad scientist to swap people.
No,
to
I
help the
didn't.
werewolf team.
By the way, defense, I didn't. I say it's a possibility. Different words, different meaning.
Well, it's still your defense. You have anything else to say?
No, I'm a villager. So if you wanna the werewolves to win, kill me. Do it now.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 7 for Edgar. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 9 votes down. Edgar is dead, and Edgar was a villager. Good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the mad scientist. Thank you. Old woman. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer? Good morning, everybody. Chris, I'm so very sorry. You are dead. And Chris was a villager.
Okay, I tried.
Hang on, Jason. Jason, calm down. I'm sorry. Yep, there is the same number of werewolves as there is everybody else. 6 on 6. Werewolves win.
Oh.
Sorry, Jason. I know.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
You, Connor.
All right. Let me.
So he was the seer and
no,
just didn't
hey,
say he was.
I'm muting everyone. Let me go through the game here. Okay. So the initial werewolves were Graham and Gertrude and Steve. Gertrude was a werewolf hunter. And by the way, as a side note, I am really surprised that only one time someone mentioned it, but the Steves didn't say a word almost the whole game, and they always talk throughout the whole game. They always do, both of them. So that's on y'all. Alex was a werewolf, and Chris was a werewolf, the most obvious werewolf I've seen in a long, long time. Sorry, Chris. Connor was the dream wolf, and Jugan was the Sasquatch, and he did not become a werewolf till the second time. The first time did not happen. The seer was Jason, who was just about to spill the beans about everything that he knew. Jason A. And the hunter was Lynn, as you know. The old woman was Josh, who got killed in a swap, unfortunately for him. The mad scientist was Julia, and the agent of chaos was Paul. And the list was Jenny, Kevin, Lynn, and Alex. And they did not succeed because Alex survived. So before you all have your conversation, my question to Paul and Julia is, why did you not nominate and push on Alex there on that turn? You mentioned it real briefly.
I mentioned Alex before the second nomination, but I figured that that's the perfect time for the Agent of Chaos to squeeze in the third nomination, so I didn't want to do it too quickly. So I was going to nominate Alex on the third, but Edgar just beat me to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
I just didn't want to do it too quickly because I was advocating not nominating on the third so fast.
I was actually going to bring that up and say, Paul, if he was really the Agent of Chaos and one person was left, would have instantly nominated Alex for the win. And why he didn't, he might be a werewolf.
Well, no, because you would have thought he was the Agent of Chaos then.
I figured there was one left, and that's why I voted to save
I genuinely am not the type to nominate a lot. I usually don't nominate all that much, and I think the people who play with me would know that. So if I started nominating a little too often, I think people would catch on to that. Something was up with me.
We were thinking you would claim Seer.
By the way, I
thought about it, but I didn't have a list prepared.
This village lost because of quick nominations.
Jason L, you're way too quick. Jason A was ready to spill the beans as a seer, come out with all his werewolves, and you just railed on Egner, which was an obvious villager.
We literally asked for the seer at the beginning of that round and waited 5 minutes.
No, there was a round before, and there's a reason why I didn't. It's because I didn't know what the mad scientists would do and swap people around afterwards, because I was going to give my list of who I had and who I was going after next. And I had Gertrude and I had Jugan. So Jason, you decided to puff your chest when I said don't nominate, and you cost the village the game.
Then you should have.
Connor was obvious werewolf too. Like I don't know how he does.
I was suspicious of Connor, and then I don't know why I didn't go with my gut feeling. I should have done
but
something.
Connor was a villager for quite a while, so he was there. Paul, I think your list was pretty good because you had Jason and Connor and Gil all very proud that they were definitely on the list, and they most definitely
I was
were not.
No way putting those people on my list because they are known for dying early.
It's so annoying.
At what time of day did Connor turn, by the way?
And then he was the Sasquatch.
Tom, at what turn day or night did Connor turn?
It was day 3, but I didn't know. I didn't wake up with the wolves, so I didn't know what to do because I didn't know who the wolves were, but I was a wolf at that point, and I was hoping they wouldn't kill me. I was confused.
Sure, and that gave the werewolves a slight tiny disadvantage for that moment, but it did not matter since you steamrolled the rest of the game. Everyone was so afraid of the Agent of Chaos. I will definitely bring this back because it kept the loud people in the game longer, which does not normally happen.
And the thing is,
I was a great werewolf. Thank you.
There were two nice. I want to hear from Kevin. How does Kevin know 3 werewolves?
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin just listed it out, and everyone ignored him.
Yeah, I don't never understand that in games.
I tried to get rid of everybody that would possibly suspect me.
Kevin, you're muted.
Kevin's
and by the way, Jill as well. Jill gave you 2 out of 3 people, I think. No, or
how would you know that?
Out of 3.
Daniel,
how
we don't
can
trust
you know
psychics.
that?
We don't trust psychics in this village.
They are not psychics. They just get back, try to read people, and they go.
I didn't give anybody's names. I just said.
And both times we tried to kill those.
I gave the 5
from
people.
Kevin.
Hang on a second, Graham. What'd you say?
You gave.
I was explaining.
Double Steve's names, Jill.
We tried to kill Gil. He didn't die. The village killed him the next day. We tried to kill Kevin. He didn't die. The village killed him the next day. The village did our work for us.
Right?
Yeah, I wasn't suspicious of Gertrude. I just said to watch the 5 people that are quiet. I said Gertrude and Steve normally talk, and they were both quiet.
Exactly.
And then I said, maybe among them Chris, but I didn't know them. Yeah.
He still is exactly jealous of you again and that be on the same side, on the winning side with you.
You have to understand, in a game with so many people, there's a 50%, I don't say 50% chance, but there's a large chance that some of the quiet players are going to be werewolves. So you need to, at some point, otherwise they skim through the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then it's too late to pick them out.
look how many werewolves there were. They were quiet players and they were players like Connor. So,
Julia, why did you think
And
you
the
were
thing
going to
is,
get
I
targeted
suspected Connor after that, like day 4 or 5. So
that last night?
Never
Julia?
said my name. The only person that ever said my name was Amanda when I was a villager. That's when she said it. I was a villager at that point. And Joseph. And then Daly said it, but Daly knew I was a wolf. He was another wolf.
I protected you twice, Connor. I protected you the last night because
I was trying to help the village. I was like, yeah, Connor's a wolf. Let's get him. But you're just like, no, let's kill all these villagers.
I was way too microgaming because I thought Amanda was smirking and was like, I should.
Quick question here for Julia. Why did you switch yourself with Alex last night? Why did you think the werewolves were coming for you?
Well, so as the mad scientist, Alex was clearly going to be the hardest one to get. Because I didn't think the village necessarily was going to nominate him. He would be one of the people that they might suspect would be on the list. And so I thought maybe that would protect him. And since I'm normally quiet, I didn't think that it would go over well if I suddenly said, hey, we need to kill Alex. So then I was banking on trying to get him killed off at night by the werewolves, not knowing he was a werewolf.
Surprisingly, nobody mentioned that I would be on that list.
Maybe I would be, that they would obviously know I wasn't a werewolf and I'm quiet. And so they might just try to pick me to kill me, thinking I wouldn't be on the list. And then it would be swapped and bounced to Alex. But
that's because the list was obviously Gil, Jason.
I was not going to put Connor or Gil or Jason. Any of the people who are vocal, but I didn't want to put.
But let me tell you what, if you had, you would have won. That's the thing.
Actually, I will say.
I survived, Gil. I made it.
You survived because they had no interest on you.
Exactly. I made sure they didn't have interest on me.
On my list, just in case one of my people were the mad scientist. The other names I wrote down were Grow and Chris T. So if I had put Grow instead of Daly, then I would have had it too.
Because like Connor, if Joseph was so much after you, and there was a couple people shaking their hands,
so once the Super Bowl talk was out of the way, the game really got going here. This game is really fascinating to me on how it went down. I didn't know how the Agent of Chaos we've used the Mad Scientist in the past. We used to call it the bus driver. But we used the Mad Scientist in the past. But here the Mad Scientist had a purpose, which I think really helped focus it. And mixed with the Agent of Chaos, to me, that made it a very interesting game. I mean, they almost won. I don't know about you all, but I was sitting there like, come on. I was kind of rooting for them. It did not happen, but it very well could have happened. Now, certainly the Agent of Chaos and that tilted the game slightly towards the werewolves. And it did not help that the werewolves in this game, a lot of them kept quiet and nobody ever called them out, right? So there's that. So I might have to boost up the villagers a little bit next time we do this, but I will do this one again because I found it to be an interesting idea to play. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, folks. This has been Werewolf on the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.